to the next point. We should ensure whatever we see is clear.
That means work is being done. We can see that it is in opposite direction.
Hello learners, you are welcome to today's lesson. I'm so happy to meet you today. I still remain your civic education teacher, Ruth Tanko Godwin. In our today's lesson, our topic is Rights and Duties of Citizenship. Rights and Duties of Citizenship. Let us look at the meaning of the concept. What is the right of a citizen? Rights are privileges which individual, irrespective of gender, tribe, or creed, that enable them to live useful, balanced, and secured life in the society. Let me say it again. Rights are privileges which individuals, irrespective of gender, tribe, or creed, have that enable them to live useful, balanced, and secured life in the society. Examples of such rights are right to freedom of movement, right to life, right to vote and be voted for, and so on and so forth, which we are going to discuss and see it as we proceed in our lesson or discussion. And what is duties? What do we mean by duties of individuals or duties of the citizens? Duties are those functions expected to be performed by lawful citizens for the smooth running of the society. I take it again. Duties are the functions expected to be performed by the lawful citizen for the smooth running of the society. What are the examples of those duties? The example of duties are payment of taxes, obedience of laws and order, respect for national symbols, that is, those national symbols like flag, the national anthem, and the national pledge, defense of the country and bearing true witness in the court of law, and so on and so forth. Those are the duties of citizens in a country, which we are going to discuss more about it as we proceed in the lesson. Now, let's look at these rights of citizens. What are your rights as a citizen of a particular nation? Right to life. You as a citizen, you have the right to your life. You have the right to live. No one have the right to take that life away from you. Whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you are young, whether you are old, whether you are strong, whether you are weak, as far as you are a human being, you have the right to life. And no one, no matter who, have the right to take away that life from you, except if you also take the life of another person. If you deny another person his right to life and the Constitution find you guilty, your life can also be taken away from you because you have denied another person his right. Another right that you have as a citizen of a country is right to education. My learners, some of you are in various institutions. What you are doing there is you are in the process of obtaining education. And it is your right. No one can stop you from that right. No matter who you are in the society, you have the right to education, provided you are ready and you satisfy the conditions that warrant you to have that right to education. You have the right to obtain education, you have the right to obtain knowledge as long as and as high as you want to go. So that is your right as a citizen. You also have right to state protection. It is the duty of your nation or your state to protect your rights. And that is why, my learners, you can see we have the security agencies like the police, the army, and so on and so forth. That we have those agencies to protect you, to protect your life and property. It is your right. If those rights are threatened or your life and property is threatened, you go to the state, and it is the duty of the state to protect your rights as a citizen of that country, to protect your life and property and whatsoever that you have. So you have that right to ask for protection wherever you find that your life or property or anything that belongs to you that is threatened. We also have right to free movement. My learners, in as much as you are not in prison, you have the right to movement. If you like, you can sleep in Kaduna today and wake up tomorrow in Kano. Another day, you can spend the afternoon in Jos and spend the evening in Lagos. You have that right as a citizen, right to movement. No one can restrict that right, unless again, if you are found wanting and the law says you have to remain in prison. Of course, that right of movement will be taken away from you. But again, my learners, in as much as you have the right to movement, that does not warrant that you move into the private affair of other people. Maybe in our future lesson, we are going to see the limitations on how you are to exercise these rights that we are discussing. So when you have the right to movement, does not mean you will deny other people the right to movement, because there is limit to it. But judiciously, where you are, you can go or you are supposed to go. No one can stop you because you have the right to movement. And unless again, if there is an emergency in a society, just like these days that we have the issue of COVID-19, that they say stay at home, it is because of emergency and it is for your own good. So not that you will say, because my fundamental right or my national right as a citizen, I have to move. Then you just, because the government says stay at home, you just move out and begin to go around when it is not allowed. Or maybe when the state said no movement, you should stay at home. Or in a situation where there is security challenge and there is curfew, and you are asked to stay at home. So you see, it is just for a moment. So that your right to movement can be restricted for a certain time until everything is settled. So if not so, if in an ideal situation, you have the right to movement as a citizen of a nation. Then the other right again, we have right to shelter. Every human being on earth has some fundamental needs, which is shelter, clothing, and what? And food. So your right to shelter is your right as a human being, no matter who you are. No matter how poor that shelter should be, every human being should have a roof over his head, that at the end of every day's movement, toiling and struggling, you get a shelter of which you can put your head and rest. So shelter is one of your rights as a citizen of any country. You also have right to vote and be voted for. The last time we discussed about election, we discussed that in our country, Nigeria, the age that you have you can vote and be voted for is 18 years. In as much as you have reached that age, 18 years, and you are a legal citizen of a country, you have the right to go and vote for election, or you can be voted for. Provided, if you are to be voted for, provided you have satisfied all the criteria, all the qualification for a particular position that you are vying for, and you do not have any criminal record, or you have satisfied all the conditions, you have the right, and you are up to 18 years and above, you have the right to stand for an election and be voted for. And also, you have the right to also vote a candidate of your choice, in as much as you are 18 years and above, and you do not have anything that will criminalize you for not voting. It is your own right as a human being, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are weak or strong, you have the right to go and vote for the candidate of your choice. Now, my learners, in as much as you have the right, these are rights and so many that we will discuss maybe in a later days, that in as much as you have so many rights to enjoy or to exercise in a society, you too as a citizen have some duties or obligations that you are to perform to your state, community, or the nation at large. Because even in as much as you want the government to give you, allow you to enjoy your rights, you have some other obligations or duties that it is saddled on your own responsibility to give to your state, nation, or community. And that brings us to the duties of the citizens. So let's pick these duties one after the other and see how it goes. One of the duties is to live peacefully with others. Live peacefully with others. As a citizen of a country, one of your duties is to make sure that you live peacefully with other citizens of the country. And that brings us to the limitations of your right. In as much as you are exercising your right, you are enjoying your right as a citizen, you have to know that other people too need to enjoy their right. And in as much as you did not infringe on their right, you allow them to enjoy their right. In as much as you are exercising your right, then you will find out that you have to live in peace with them. That is one of your duties. Another duty that you have to perform as a citizen of a country is to respect to the national symbols. My learners, the last time we had our lesson, we discussed about the various symbols that we have that makes us a nation, or make people to identify us as a nation. We have the national flag, we have the national anthem, we have the national pledge, and we have our currency, coat of arms, and so on and so forth. Now, as a citizen of a country, you have to respect such symbols. You have, whenever they are saying the national anthem, you have to stand at attention. Singing the national pledge or reciting the national anthem, you have to respect it and stand at attention. The national flag should be respected. If you do that, then it has shown that you are an active, patriotic citizen of your nation, and you have given out your duty as a citizen. We also have respect state institutions. That is the police, the armed forces, the custom, the military, and so on and so forth. Government have put some institution in place so as to safeguard their right, to safeguard your life, property, and also to bring law and order. Now, this institution, it is your duty as a citizen to to respect such institutions. Whenever there is a laid down law, you have to follow it. You have to obey. Just like I explained earlier, I said in terms of emergency, they may put down some laws and say no movement or no doing one doing one thing or the other. And it is your duty as a citizen to protect, to respect such institution, because whatsoever they are doing it for your own good. So as a patriotic citizen of a nation, as a good citizen of any nation, you have to respect such institution. Another duty of a citizen is payment of taxes and levies. If you are a businessman, you have levies that you will pay out of the profit of your business. If you are a government worker, you have some taxes that is taken out of your salary. And these taxes, government use it to also take care of you, to also provide social amenities to you, to make sure that life is easy for you. So as a good citizen of a country, you have to pay such taxes. You are not supposed to avoid or avert the taxes or to falsify information or data of yours so as not to pay tax. So as a citizen of your country, it is your duty to pay your tax so that the government can also give out services to you to make life easy for you and I. Another duties is render assistance to law enforcement agents by giving useful information to crime. It is your duty as a citizen that when you discover any criminal activities going on in anywhere, you are supposed to report to the appropriate authority, not to just fold your hands and say it does not concern me. No. As a citizen, a patriotic citizen of a nation, you have to report any criminal activities that you notice so that it can be checkmate on time and so that the society will be a better place for everyone to live in. We also have respect for the Constitution. Every society has a constitution. So in our society, Nigeria, we have constitution. And it is your duty as a citizen to obey that constitution whatsoever that your country prohibits. No matter how you want to do it, you have to keep your personal interests aside and obey the constitution of the country. That will make you a patriotic citizen of that nation. We also have participation in environmental sanitation. As a citizen, you have to make sure that your environment is always clean. Because when you keep the environment clean, the environment will be healthy for everyone to live in. And that will reduce disease, sickness, and so on and so forth. So it is your duty as a citizen to keep your environment clean. When I keep my environment clean, you keep your environment clean, everybody keep his environment clean, the community will be clean, and the state will be clean, the nation will be clean, and it will be a better place for you and I to stay. So sanitation is a duty of a citizen. We also have promote national unity by all their deeds and actions. Promote national unity. As a citizen, it is your duty to make sure that anything that will bring about disunity in the society, you have to do away with it. Whatsoever that bring unity in the society is what you will look out for. Respect other people's rights, appreciate other people's differences, culture, belief, and the rest, and unity will be the order of the day. So it is your duty as a citizen to make sure that is done. Now, my learners, why am I emphasizing on duties, obligations of citizens? Why are we emphasizing? Because it is the only thing that will make the society to be a better place for you and I. And that brings, why should we say so? We will say so because by the time we look at the importance of all this, we agree that it is a necessary activity, or it is a necessary belief in a society. And that brings us to the importance of citizens' rights and duties. Why do we say the citizens' rights and duty should be protected or should be practiced? Number one, it brings about peace. When rights are respected and duties are performed, there will be peace and political stability. Everybody will be satisfied. Nobody will feel cheated. The citizens will give their cooperation to their government because they feel the rights of the government, their rights are protected, and there will be peace. The next importance of these rights and duties of citizens is social control. Rights and duties will be a guide to human behavior. This will force good societal relationship, just like as I said. When your rights and duties, your rights are protected and you perform your duty, there will be social control. Then we also have discipline. When rights are respected and duties are performed, an orderly and disciplined society will emerge. My learners, can you imagine that? Everything will be in order. Everyone will be disciplined. Everybody will do what he is supposed to do at the right time, at the right place, in the right manner. Discipline will be the order of the day. And if discipline is the order of the day, everybody will be happy. Now, another importance of this is good international image. A country where rights and laws are obeyed by citizens as matter of duty will command international respect, hence good image. Everybody will want to come to your country because they know that rights and duties of citizens are in control, are followed, and that earns you respect from other country, because people will know that yes, this country, we can go and do business with that country because you have a good image. We also have national development. The country will be developed if rights and duties are followed. We also have protection of national image, just as what I explained earlier. Now, consequences of failed obligations. When these obligations are not followed, what will happen? When taxes are not paid, the society will suffer lack of essential amenities, just like I told you. Then we have, when the constitution and laws are not obeyed, there will be breakdown of law and order, hence unsafe society. When there is breakdown law and order, the society will not be safe. We also have disease and sickness may result from failed environmental sanitation obligation. When the environment is not clean, sickness is the order of the day. We also have civil unrest may rise from tribal and religious intolerance emanating from action from failed promotion of national unity. We have lack of cooperation with law enforcement agents may lead to difficulties in tracking down criminals. When you do not report any criminal activities, there will be breakdown of law and order, and criminals cannot be tracked. Well, my learners, I would have loved to continue the discussion with you, but for the lack of time, I will stop here and give you assignment. When we meet next, we will discuss more. The assignment goes like this. Mention and explain 4 duties of citizens. 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 4 duties outline 3 obligations of citizens. Number 2, outline 3 obligations of citizens. Number 3, list and explain 3 importance of rights and duties of citizens. List and explain 3 importance of rights and duties of citizens. Question 4, mention 3 consequences of failed obligation to the community. Mention 3 consequences of failed obligation to the communities. My learners, you can send your assignment through this number 080-240-40570. 080-240-40570. I still remain your civic teacher, Ruth Tanko Godwin. You can send your assignment through WhatsApp or give me a call. And for further studies, you can go through this reference, Civic Education for Colleges, or you can Google. Till we meet again next time. Bye-bye.